Three-game set today. This will be between the Cardinals of York College and your Baruch College Bearcats. Here are the starters, first for the Cardinals. Freshman libero, number 5, Kiara Gonzalez. Junior outside hitter, number 4, Diana Jimenez. And freshman defensive specialist, number 7, Shimoni Miller. A senior middle hitter, number 11, Menelasa Restituyo. An outside hitter, a junior, number 12, Sharina Tappan. And outside hitter, number 9, Doriani Rojas. And the Cardinals libero of this game will be number 2, Noelle Correa. Head coach is Jesus Gonzalez Espinosa, and the coordinator of women's volleyball operations, Allison Ahmed. Now here is the starting lineup for your Baruch College Bearcats. Sophomore outside hitter number 3, Stella Chung. A sophomore middle blocker number 4, Yavenchi Aisi Bohemi. A junior outside hitter number 5, Anita Sengara. A sophomore middle blocker number 8, Nina Anthony. A junior center number 10, Sana Samaya Hunter. A freshman opposite number 16, Ada Chow. And Baruch libero this afternoon, number 6, Danielle Najal. Head coach of the Bearcats, Kevin Edwards. The assistant coaches, Brendan Murphy and Brian Marble. Let's play ball.
And we are live with Baruch Women's Volleyball. We have your Baruch Bearcats against the York Cardinals today. The last game of the day. Happy Saturday to everyone out there watching.
Bearcats, of course, come into this game with a 2-game winning streak. They defeated Old Westbury on Thursday night here 3-0. And then earlier this morning, they defeated the Cougars of Medgar Evers 3-0. So Bearcats looking to work on a 3-game winning streak. York, of course, today's a CUNYAC tri-match, so there's 2 teams here and everybody plays each other once. York just finished about a half hour ago playing Medgar, and they lost 3-0. So this is our 3rd match of the day here on a busy Saturday in the Arc Arena. And here we go, Steve.
We got the veteran sophomore libero, Danielle, to serve first. Nice deep float. Point number 1 goes Bearcats off the ace with Danielle. And as a sophomore, she's already the defensive leader. Even though she's an underclassman, she's still a great leader for the Bearcats, and especially in the back row.
Sure.
Another ace. Point goes to the Bearcats as they start the first set up 2. Danielle goes for the aggressive serve to area 4. 4-5 combo, just misses to the line. York libero back to serve. Gonzalez goes over the net. Anita with the pass, straight to the middle. Anita goes over the top for a kill. Great pass for the Bearcats. 10 feet high, directly to the setter. She had all 3 options there. That's a 3-point pass. All 3 options available. Ball sent over, nice and high. York goes for the back row attack. Nice contact, but just not over the net. Goes into the pole.
Bearcats off to a quick 4-1 start. We were talking before about how the game against Old Westbury and also the game versus Medgar, both of those teams got off to a big start against the Bearcats. But in this particular game, the Bearcats have done the opposite. They've taken control early on, and now we're up 5-1.
That's what they're looking to do early. That's what Coach Kevin has been emphasizing all season. We need a fast start. Get on top of them and be consistent. The record of the Bearcats does not show anything. They've been playing very tough teams. Baruch volleyball in general always signs up for some very tough games.
Yeah, what happens a lot of times in CUNYAC, what has happened historically with the stronger teams, especially in men's volleyball, is teams will really, really schedule up. Especially if you feel like you have a team that's going to basically finish top 2 in CUNY, you want to strengthen your out-of-conference. And, of course, out-of-conference schools are always willing to play you, the really good schools, because they want to diversify their competition. 7-1.
Yeah, the girls off to a fast start. Let's see if they can keep this up. Transfer, sending the ball over. Nice pokey. One-handed dig to the outside Anita. She sends a tip over. Hustle from York, but the digs in defense from Stella Chung out of the back row.
Bearcats will be in action this Tuesday night, part of a 4-match homestand. They'll be taking on Sarah Lawrence College. And that'll be a 6 p.m. start here in the Arc Arena.
Sanaa back set. Ada sends a tip to the middle of the court. Free ball over the net, picked up by Ada. Could be a little cleaner pass. Stella Chung out of the pipe. Tipped over the net. Ada covering the defense. Outside to Anita. Ball gets shot. A gator to save it. Sanaa with her own
Big
hit.
rally. Oh.
Right there we have the setter. You want to stay home and play defense. Sanaa might have to just stay there, but Stella did come over and call that ball, which could have released Sanaa to the net to get ready to set, but then at the last second, it was just a little bit of miscommunication. They're cleaning that up, though. It's pretty nice from Baruch to see this season. Ada plays some dodgeball on the left side, and they get a point from the missed serve by York. Transfer Anita back to serve. The overall volleyball weapon. What'd she get for her team? And she gets them to get a point.
Anita's from beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia. I've never been there.
Me either, but we are happy to have her.
Absolutely.
York calls timeout, and we'll be back in just a moment.
No one ever won a race because it was their turn. And guzzling the right sports drink never won all 3 sets. You can't talk your way through a tournament, and luck doesn't last. Real champions know that it takes more to do more, because wanting it just isn't good enough. You've got to be smarter, faster, tougher. After all, if championships were easy, everybody would have one. City University of New York Athletic Conference. Learn, play, succeed.
And we return live in the first set. The Baruch Bearcats on their home floor, Arc Arena, are up 10-2 over the York Cardinals. Baruch in the home white and the Cardinals in their famous red. There's some communication from the Cardinals. This ball doesn't quite go over the net.
Talking about Anita, this past last weekend, Bearcats were out at the Labor Day tournament hosted by DeSales University, and she had 35 kills against Colby Sawyer College in New Hampshire, a Baruch women's volleyball record.
Wow. Another ace for Anita. 35 is a lot of kills. I'm telling you, this girl isn't just an outside. She's not an opposite, and she's not a middle. She is a volleyball player. Missed serve, but John, I was talking to Brian last game. That's a nice serve. She just missed by 2 inches. You will not see Coach Kevin being mad at that. That was a nice serve. She went after it, and she was being aggressive. Ball goes up. Anita with a nice high pass. Ada with the shot to the middle. Picked up by the York libero. Sent over. Danielle. Mina. Nice dig. double contact. The York setter touched the ball twice. Point Bearcats. As Mina, the middle, goes back to serve, Gavinci, the other middle, number 4 for the Bearcats. She comes back in. Mina grabs the ace for the Bearcats. Not a lot of communication by York there. They didn't really know who was taking that first ball, who's taking the second ball. A little more commitment and verbal warnings would have been better. Nice high pass, but the setter just can't get there and get her feet under it. Mina going on her 3rd serve.
You know, I said it in the earlier match about Danielle. I'll say that about Mina, that she's spending so much time serving in that spot. Baruch could charge her rent
I agree.
for just staying in that spot as long as she has been.
Some tuition or something. There's no free real estate in New York City, guys. No free real estate.
None. $1 million listing.
Stella with the bomb, sending it to the rafters in a point. Bearcats take a nice 17-3 lead.
Yeah, Mina's serving very strong, but York's having a very difficult time dealing with it.
Back to the left side. Shot goes deep. Stella with the shot to the middle. There's the set. D-ball. D-ball goes just into the net. We talked about last game how you do want that elbow to be up and high. Use that left arm to pull yourself through. Use your abs. Just aim deep. Mina with a nice rocket. Gavinci jumps up just to play defense. Throws it down and gets a point. Bearcats lead 19-3. Middle attack goes just wide. Timeout, York Cardinals. Let's see if they can reset and get a little bit of more momentum before they go into the next set. 20-3, Bearcats are up. We'll be right back.
It starts right when you hit the court. You imagine your finest moment. The game-winning shot that gets you to the dance. A monster dunk or no-look pass, and cutting down the net. Sports lets us dream of our own success and prepare us for our finest moments on and off the court.
And we are back live. Baruch with a 20-3 lead. Ball goes over the net. Nice high pass, but Baruch receives a free ball. Back set to Ada. Shot deep corner. Nice talk by York. They get a free ball over the net, and Nina, the middle, wasn't ready for that free ball. Usually it's the libero right there. Nice shot deep. Picked up by the Bearcats. Danielle with an outside transition set. Ball goes deep. Stella just lays it down. Ada back to serve. York goes for a middle 2-ball. Picked up by Anita. Stella Chung with the tip. Picked up by Ada. Pipe to Anita. Off the block, sent to the basketball backboard, and a point Bearcats. 22-4. Short serve. Saved by York. 3 people go, but no communication and talking on who puts the ball over the net. They got the first 2. They just needed somebody to be aggressive and take leadership. Goes deep this time. Down ball. Goes out of bounds for York. Bearcats have set point in the first set. 24-4. Short serve. Dug. Picked up. Ball goes down and York loses the first set. Bearcats take it pretty nicely. 25-4. Keeping York under 5 points. We'll be back in just a few moments. Stay with us.
For the love of the game. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that. A lot more.
Sure, the game is important. But as we work so hard to build both mind and body, it's more about team.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics. And in giving the gift of sport to those for whom it seemed an impossible dream, we are working to make this a better world.
Help us keep that dream alive.
You can make a difference.
And we are back live with Baruch Women's Volleyball. York playing your Bearcats. York in the Cardinal red versus the Bearcats in the white. The Bearcats took the first set pretty handily, winning 25-4. Let's see what Coach Kevin has cooked up this time. York to serve first. All right, just like we want to start. Bearcats get the first point.
That is truly always the best start when you see the other team start off like that.
Yeah, one huge debate is, do I serve first or do I receive first? Or if I let you serve first and you miss, I get the first point of the game. But on the other hand, I can use my best server to attack you first. So if you look at that side from coming a defensive angle, really just depends. Ace falls directly on the line.
Danielle is so happy to see that one.
Yeah, I think everybody was looking at the ref trying to see if he wanted to call that ball in. Another serve. Shot over the net. Danielle with the pickup. Sanaa. Mina with the kill. Ball falls down. Mina is an intellectual player and finds her spots. She might not jump the highest or be the fastest, but she's athletic enough to find her spots and get her kills. Shot. Ball falls into 5 and just kind of trickles down. Libero back to serve for York. Stella's there. Sanaa sets it outside. Anita. York with their own combo set. Ball goes wide. No touch on the block. That was kind of a 3 outside combo. I think both girls didn't know who was hitting that. Sanaa back to serve. Nice floater over the net. Ball falls and she gets the point. Sanaa back to serve again. Bearcats up 6-1. Nice floater over the net.
Oh, barely went over, but enough.
Even the server is sitting here surprised that ball went over. That thing was on a line. Back-to-back aces for the transfer junior, Sanaa.
Yeah, she was at St. John's. She played on their club team.
Again with the nice serve. 3 aces. I think she's about to get into that rent club along with Danielle and a couple other servers from the Bearcats. Mina, too. A 4th ace.
Yeah, the coach
gets
doesn't.
Another one.
Yeah, the coach doesn't like what he sees, and he's going to try to regroup, and he calls a timeout.
Not at all. Bearcats take a commanding 10-1 lead. Timeout York. We'll be back in a minute.
For the love of the game. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that. A lot more.
Sure, the game is important, but as we work so hard to build both mind and body, it's more about team.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics, and in giving the gift of sport to those for whom it seemed an impossible dream, we are working to make this a better world.
Help us keep that dream alive.
You can make a difference.
And we are back live. The transfer junior Sanaa with 4 aces in a row looks to continue the streak. They got 2 touches, but still received the points. Bearcats up 11-1.
Yeah, this has got to be her probably what I'm going to ask 8th serve maybe that she's going to be serving for.
Goes short this time. Gets the overpass. Anita, Sanaa, Ada, spike, and it goes down.
Ada Chow, she's a freshman from Bayside High School.
I like that choice, though. You got your big outside, and she just flicks it back. Flicks it back to her opposite. Opposite comes in, gets her kill. And Sanaa running the court right now. 13-1.
If I'm Sanaa, I retire now.
Another just rocket over the net. Thrown down by Ada. Ada and Mina, the combination. Mina standing 5'9". Ada standing 5'10". Anita, my bad. Anita standing 5'10". Outside set. Anita with the tip. Free ball to the Bearcats. They follow it out. I would like to see the bench, though, screaming. And even though they are up by a big margin, I would like to see the bench really involved still.
York's going to make a substitution.
Morales comes in. Shot deep. Danielle for the save. Anita puts a free ball over. And Mina just stands there to make sure everything's okay, and the Bearcats get a point. 16-1, the Bearcats are leading.
Yeah, a lot of credit to the York coaches. They're still out there teaching. This is a rebuilding year. Every program goes through that. We've been through that in various sports. It's all about the kids not only enjoying themselves, but improving. And I think that's the perspective York's going to have this year.
Totally agree. Anita with a down-the-line shot. Shows that she's aiming angle, turns her line back into the court, just follows through with it, and gets a point. Sanaa continuing her service run.
Yeah, this has got to be at least 11.
Another just great floater for the ace. Ball falls down. She's just controlling the court, doing exactly what she wants to do with her serve. Another timeout, the second one for York, no more for them. 18-1, Bearcats are up. We'll be right back.
No one ever won a race because it was their turn. And guzzling the right sports drink never won all 3 sets. You can't talk your way through a tournament, and luck doesn't last. Real champions know that it takes more to do more, because wanting it just isn't good enough. You've got to be smarter, faster, tougher. After all, if championships were easy, everybody would have one. City University of New York Athletic Conference. Learn, play, succeed.
Sanaa continuing her service run. The Bearcats are still up 18-1. Ball goes over for another service ace. That's 7, counting 7 service aces right now for Sanaa. In a stretch right now.
I remember many years ago, I think it was Rebecca Peralta had a kind of a run like that, and I think Alessandra Chavez as well also had like a big run where she had like a bunch of points like this.
Free ball. Sanaa.
And there it is, the run is over.
Finally loses her run. Great run for the Bearcats, though, because it's not also just one player. You have to be set up. You have to be in the right spots. Those balls do trickle over. It's hard to go on runs. Danielle with a nice pass. Let's see what the Bearcats can do outside of that.
Boy, big hit.
Ada, she flies. She might be a freshman, and she might be one of the smaller ones on the court, but she is offensive and sees her shots.
Yeah, very athletic, and she had a very high jump on that one. Nice job of recruiting by Kevin.
Yeah, I think it works out well, especially with Anita in the backcourt or Mina in the front, Stella. There are other options for the Bearcats to go to. So you might be thinking she's not the primary. You flick it back to Ada. You send it out to Ada. She just gets up there and bangs. Brings the hammer. Anita getting another point. Bearcats up 20 points right now, 22-2. Nice serve over the net. Down ball, picked up by Danielle. Outside. Stella off the hands, one-handed pickup. Ada with a nice pass. Set back to Ada. The tip this time instead of hard ball, and it gets them. Tricks York. She finds that seam in between 6, the middle of the court, and 1. Or I guess that would be 5 on the other side of the court, the right back. The 6-5 seam. Anita hits the net as the ball goes over. Sometimes you need a little bit of luck in volleyball.
Match point. Bearcats point away from going up 2-0 here. CUNYAC conference match.
Let's see if the Bearcats can close out the second set right away on the first try. And they do. First offensive attack. The Bearcats go up 2-0 over York. They win 25-4 and 25-2. Let's see how the next set goes. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a moment.
It starts right when you hit the court. You imagine your finest moment. The game-winning shot that gets you to the dance. A monster dunk or no-look pass, and cutting down the net. Sports lets us dream of our own success and prepare us for our finest moments on and off the court.
And we are live in set number 3 with your Baruch College Bearcats in white and the York Cardinals in their Cardinal red.
Reminder, Bearcats will be in action this Tuesday night here at home, 6 p.m. against Sarah Lawrence College. Afterwards, they'll be on the road. Thursday, they'll be out in Long Island playing Farmingdale. And they'll be back home later this month, the 29th, for a home tri-match with St. Joseph's Long Island and Montclair State.
Baruch with a couple switches. We got Abigail in, Shannon in the middle. Sanaa staying to set. We'll see if Catherine Chen sets a little bit or if she takes some swings. Pokey from Abigail to keep the ball alive, and it falls down for the Bearcats' point. There's some effort. Daniela Lopez, number 15, also coming in. And then we switched liberos also. Young is coming in for Danielle. Young, the freshman. York giving a down ball. Young right there. Sanaa back setting it over the net. She knew she had nothing right there, so she just set it up a little bit. It came down, and she got the point.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Baruch women's volleyball matches, and today's one of those days where just about everything is going right, including no attack errors after 2 sets.
2 sets and no attack errors, ladies and gentlemen. I know we now have maybe some backups, B players, not even B players. It's just we're trying to find different situations. Kevin wants to try different things. But in the first 2 sets, for those specific girls, there was no attacking errors. They did not hit the ball out 1 time. And in the first 2 sets, the total score was 50-6. As Baruch takes a 4-0 lead in the set number 3.
Yeah, well, Kevin's doing the right thing, giving some girls an opportunity to play that probably wouldn't see a lot of action.
Yeah, Kevin's a guy that's been around volleyball his whole entire life. He knows how to go through a whole season, how to get your body right for your knees, your shoulders. He is very about the players, very intellectual coach. He's also the type of coach that you will change as a person for the better outside of volleyball too. He's really about positivity and just caring for everybody. And especially as someone who's not even from the East Coast and being from California, he has definitely given me a lot of love and helped me out here. Timeout goes to York. Baruch up 6-0 in the 3rd set. We'll be right back.
For the love of the game. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that, a lot more.
Sure, the game is important, but as we work so hard to build both mind and body, it's more about team.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics. And in giving the gift of sport to those for whom it seemed an impossible dream, we are working to make this a better world.
Help us keep that dream alive.
You can make a difference.
And we are back live. Young to serve. Nice serve. Ball goes outside. Blocked by Shannon, the basketball player. Down ball. Young touches it, but it goes back. Lopez with the nice free ball over. Gets her feet to the line. Knows she's there. Abby in the back for the pipe. Off the block point.
You were talking about Shannon, one of the better basketball players here at Baruch in the last 10 years.
Phenomenal basketball player.
Yeah, she finished playing her basketball eligibility, but she's still in school and she's got a volleyball opportunity to play, so we're glad to have her.
Great overall just person, just even outside of the court, but on the court too. Do not mess with this girl in basketball. Maybe a double from Sanaa, but it wasn't called, and York gets the point, 8-0. Young back to serve again. Ball goes over. Outside set, looks tight. Just the presence of Sanaa and Shannon made the outside attacker for York miss that ball. She had to see where she wanted to hit it, and it was just no options. And York gets their first point from Baruch missing a serve by maybe 2 inches right there.
Yeah, the York coaches, they're doing a lot of teaching. And again, you know, you don't judge them too harshly. This is a program that's just working hard, rebuilding. They played a very good match against Megar, although Megar won.
That was a very energetic effort all-around match. That was a nice one to watch. Back row attack. It was a good hit. It just didn't go over. Maybe I think she was trying to go a little short, and she just cut it under too much.
Yeah, and plus I think both teams there are playing a lot of players that don't usually play. So good job by the coaches. They realize this game is pretty much a control for Baruch, so why not give the kids that don't play that much an opportunity to play? You know, this is, after all, Division III.
Sanaa with the back set. Catherine Chen goes up and hammers away the corner. Sanaa almost also snuck out another ace. Speaking of another ace for Sanaa, she sneaks one. 13-1, Bearcats are up. Last set, she had 7 aces in 1 service run. Let's see what she can do here. Outside set, Lopez. Free ball.
Good play by York that time. Number 10, Arginas Morales.
I think that might have been the first hitting error for the Bearcats all game.
It's probably the case.
Yeah, over 65 points in.
Oh, smart play.
Catherine Chen. Catherine. That was a nice hit. That was a nice little shot. I'm sorry, I shouldn't even say hit. She set that ball, she picked her spot. She saw it. All the attention was on her, and she sent the ball to the other side of the court. Yesley. Famous deep serve. It's a good one. Yesley with the pickup. Outside set to Abby. Sanaa keeping the ball up. Yesley sending it over. York with the pickup. Lots of good talk here. Abby with a one-handed dig. Catherine sending it all the way to the corner. Deep shot. Young follows it out and says, nope.
York earns their 3rd point.
Yeah, I think they were looking to see who touched the net, but I think Shannon touched the net. Yesley with the pass. Sanaa with a nice set. Abby, deep corner. Setter shot. Sanaa's there. She can move quick. York gets it, but it goes to the rafters and hits the Baruch famous rafter just sitting up there. It's definitely a home court advantage for any Bearcat in here. Danielle comes in for Shannon. She's not playing libero, but now she's playing designated server. Adding some defense to the back row. Down ball. goes out. You got a couple Bearcats following it, and it falls out. Point Baruch, 17-3.
Well, York's already got some bad memories of Danielle. She went on a very long hitting streak before, and now she's back hitting.
Yeah, she can play. Danielle is another just overall good volleyball player. Timeout goes to York. 18-3, the Bearcats are up. We'll be back in just a moment.
For the love of the game. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that, a lot more.
Sure, the game is important, but as we work so hard to build both mind and body, it's more about team.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics. And in giving the gift of sport to those for whom it seemed an impossible dream, we are working to make this a better world.
Help us keep that dream alive.
You can make a difference.
And we are back. Danielle, back to serve. Outside set. Dug by the Bearcats. York with another chance. Swinging again, but the block from Gavinci. 19-3 Bearcats.
Yeah, the Bearcats have done really a lot of their damage today. It's really been on the serving.
That's 4 touches. You can't do that one.
Looking at it, the Bearcats' future schedule, as we said, they'll be in action this Tuesday, home to Sarah Lawrence. Next Thursday, they'll be hitting the road. They'll be heading out to Farmingdale. And then next Saturday, they'll be going to a multi-match out at Maritime up in the Bronx in a tri-match that'll include Rutgers Newark.
Ooh, that'll be a good one.
York gets their fourth point. After that, the Bearcats will hit the road up to Riverdale to take on Mount St. Vincent. And then the big one, the one that's always circled on the calendar, and that's Thursday, September the 20th, at Hunter College. Bearcats in Hunter. That's always the big one.
At Hunter College?
At Hunter College this year. I think that's the first time today that York's managed to get 2 points in a row.
That would make sense. Yeah, 5. That's more points than, no, 6 is the points added up for the first 2 sets. Outside set, 2 people going up, ball goes over. Sanaa, Abby. A-ball, shot. Yesley with the pickup. Abigail says, I've got it. Pipe set, shot deep.
Oh.
And Sanaa, the transfer, leaving setter defense just a little early. She probably could have stayed home a little bit longer, played some defense, gotten the ball to the libero, and then used a nice high ball to the outside of the opposite and transitioned out of that.
A lot of credit to Shamoni Miller that time. She found the open spot.
Abby with a nice swing. 21-6. D-ball from York. Picked up by Young. Sanaa chooses Gavinci in the middle. Off the hands. And Baruch finds themselves on the positive side of that point. Nice rally by both teams, but Baruch comes out on top.
Catherine Chen serving one of the handful of sophomores on the team that are really making the Bearcats' future very exciting in women's volleyball.
Oh, yeah. D-ball. Sent to the corner with a nice set. Outside attack. The middle comes in, sets it just wide. 23-6. Sanaa, outside set. Abby, nice. Finds her kill. Match point. Set number 3 might come to a close right here, 24-6. Let's see if Baruch can come out on top on the first try. Down ball into the net, and the Bearcats secure victory number 2 for the day.
We'll have an interview post-match here in a few moments with Anita Sengara, a junior from Vancouver, British Columbia. Steve will do the honors of interviewing her. You got to tell her a little bit about, Vancouver. I think that's also like the filming capital of the world. I think it's where they film like a lot of TV shows.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a big.
Yeah, I'm not from the East Coast. I have been to Niagara once. I went with my mom and a couple other teammates, and I loved that.
Yeah, very nice, very nice.
Baruch improves to 3-5 on the year with a 2-0 CUNY record, and Medgar Evers goes to 2-3 on the year with a 1-1 CUNY record. We are only 2 games into the CUNY season, and we will see how everything else prevails out for the rest of the matches that are here to come. We have another tri-match here with a couple more CUNY teams coming up in a couple weeks. That'll be at the end of September. And we also have an interview with Anita, Baruch's awesome standout outside right now. That'll be coming up in just a few moments. The York Cardinals today fell from 0-1 to 0-3, and then they went from 0-0 in their CUNY season to now 0-2. That does not mean they are out, and that does not mean that they can't get into CUNY playoffs. But they do have to battle back and win a few more games to get out of the last 2 spots for CUNYs. For women's, the last 2 teams do not make playoffs. After that, you can be a wild card, enter the CUNY playoffs, and just go for it. At that point, it's a whole new season, and every team has an opportunity to win. We will have an interview with Gavinci coming up in just one moment. I'm sorry, Anita. That's who we have coming over.
Thank you.
Okay, Edwin.
What's up, Anita? My name's Steven. I'd like to formally introduce myself.
Hi, nice to meet you.
I used to play on the men's team here.
I heard.
And now I just kind of talk a lot here.
I love it. I love it.
So as a transfer, how are you feeling about coming in with new setters, new players, new teammates?
You know, it's definitely difficult to be the new kid. I've done it twice now, and this team, I just feel like I have a new family. I'm from Vancouver, so it's hard having my family all the way on the West Coast, but I just love coming to practice, love coming to school, games. Everyone has just welcomed me, and it's like my family now. It's great.
So there was one time I was just a couple kills from setting a men's record, right? And you set the women's record here with 35 kills. So what I've got to talk to you about is when we played Hunter that time and went 5 sets, I had to choose hands. It wasn't hitting the ball to the floor. And what I've noticed about you a lot is sometimes when you get 2 hands up, you just kind of pick your spot and you swing hard for a hand and it falls. How do you feel about your offense and how you're kind of leading the team right now?
You know, I'm lucky that I have a great setter and a great team. Definitely a team effort. Coach Edwards has been teaching me a lot, and I've just been bringing that to the game from practice. It's been great. It's been nice. It's definitely good to practice using the hands, picking your spots. You know, volleyball is not all about a game of just killing. You definitely need to pick your spots and be smart in the court.
And so I also, another thing here too, what we talk about on the podcast and everything, is that Baruch also chooses to play higher ranked and level teams sometimes. Because the CUNY system might be a little, it's not as strong competitively.
Right.
So how do you feel about even starting off 0-5, even though some of your games were 2-3, or you won or lost just by a little bit?
You know,
how do you feel about that?
I actually loved I think it was the Daycells tournament. I loved that tournament. To start off the season with strong competitive teams like that, it was great volleyball. It was great to see everyone play really strong and really well. Yeah, we went 0-5, and you know, no one likes to lose, but we definitely gained a lot from those games, and we worked on a lot of things, and we were very strong together. And I think it was good. It was good to see that strong play before we have the conference matches.
We are so excited to watch you. The communication that you guys have, the chemistry that everything is going on, it's great to see the Bearcats doing so well this season. Not that last season was bad or anything, but we needed offense. And with you, I feel like it's a great position for you, and you're allowing other players like Ada and Catherine and Stella to open up more. Even Mina out of the middle, I feel like you're allowing her to come hit. And then it's awesome also to see you hit back row pipes. I feel like especially in the women's game, that's kind of hard to do. And when you can add that second element, it puts you into almost the next tier of volleyball because you're adding the back row. And you're also opening up Ada, who's a smaller person, who floats.
She does.
And she just sits and hits D-balls. It's an honor to meet you. Thank you so much for coming on here. And we look forward to seeing you play. You're a great volleyball player.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank
we'll
you
see
so
you soon.
much.
Thank you.
Thanks.